Hey everybody, let's roast a turkey. Yep, some of you are scared of it, but we're going to go through doing one and you're going to see how easy it is. I have looked on the tag and my bird weighs 13 pounds, 0.14, and you multiply that by 13 minutes and you get 2 hours and 51 minutes that this bird's got to cook. Now, Here's what's going in the bird: an onion, a carrot, an apple, a stalk of celery. Here's a picture of all of it. I got it all laid out so I don't have to go hunting for it with turkey hands. So get out your rubber gloves and let's get started. I've got a pair of surgical gloves here. They are sanitized and ready to go. First thing you got to do is get the bird out of the package. And if you don't have rubber gloves, you can wear some Ziploc bags on your hands. That's a funny thing, but it would work too. Now, let's get that bird out of its packaging. It's in a nylon net, and it's in my clean and shiny sink. So let's get started. Let's cut that thing off of there. It's not a very big bird, but it's clumsy. I don't think I could handle a much bigger bird because you got to be careful. You got to cut the end off, and then you got to cut the package off and get down in there and get all the giblets out of it. There's a packet in the neck of the bird, and then the neck is in the other end of the bird. The neck is not where the neck is supposed to be, in other words. And sometimes, now this was a thawed bird, a fresh bird that Robert got at the grocery store. So it was still not frozen, but it was still kind of a little frozen on the inside. But it was not so much so that I couldn't cook it. Now, taking it out is not easy. These scissors go in my dishwasher when I'm finished, because I don't keep anything, everything's got to be sterilized when I get through touching this bird. Everything has to be sterilized. Turkey juice. So it's got to go through the dishwasher. And your roasting pan, my roasting pan is, there's the giblets. And now for the neck, which is stuck in the other end. And it was a bit frozen, so it was hard to get out of there. But you get your roasting pan out, and your roasting pan has the bottom, and then you've got the rack.
Yes, I'm
and I don't like the turkey to sit down in its own juices. I want the juices to drain off, and I want to keep them in the pan, and I don't want them to burn either. So we're gonna, once we get this turkey stuffed with some celery and an apple and an orange. There's not a lot of room in there, so I've chopped it all up. Cut it half in two. I didn't even bother peeling the onion. And I'm having a little trouble getting the neck out. It's there. Finally got it. Now you start stuffing it's not really stuffing it. You're just putting some veggies in there so that the drippings from the turkey are going to taste better. You got to wash this thing and rub it down good with just cold water. And then we're going to pat it dry with paper towel so that the butter will stick to it. Because we're going to stick a little butter underneath the skin, and we're going to stick we're going to rub it down in butter. I'm going to stick the celery in it right now. And we're just going to poke it in there. I know this looks gross, but hey, somebody's got to do it because you want this turkey on your table. This afternoon I showed you the blow-up turkey, which is funny. But you just have to put these things in there and everything will be fine. Put some apple in there. This just makes the drippings taste so good. And just keep poking it in there as best you can. Carrot's a little sweet. That makes it nice too. And then you're going to I should have put the sage and the thyme in it before I started stuffing the other, but I didn't do that. But that stuff makes it smell good too. So let's keep watching. Don't give up on me. I'm going to get this bird stuffed. Had to cut up an onion and poke it in there. Put some apple on the other side in the neck part, because there's cavities on both ends. I can't believe I'm doing a play-by-play about doing a turkey. Trying to get it all in there. I can't hear myself right now because I'm doing a voice over the video. No telling what I'm saying. Just no telling. Probably wrestling this turkey. Anyway, I've got my watch covered up. Now for the thyme and the sage. It just smells so good. I'm not going to put any salt and pepper on it. And I've figured out, it's going to take 2 hours and 51 minutes. And the first 30 minutes, now while I'm doing all this, I've got the oven preheating at 500 degrees. Yes, you heard me right. This is Leanne's recipe and it's 500 degrees. I know that sounds strange. Now I'm going to pat it dry with some paper towels. This is the only thing I use paper towels for. And so I've taken the extra racks out of the oven because I want the turkey to sit low in the oven. And I have a convection oven, but a regular oven will cook the same way. The turkey will cook for 30 minutes at 500 degrees. Now here's the key to this turkey. Do not, under any circumstances, open the door once you put the turkey in the oven. Do not open the door. I'm rubbing it down with not melted butter, but it's softened butter, and it's clinging pretty good to this bird. And I'm putting some under the skin, just poking it right under there, and massaging it in. There you go. See, I'm moving it right up on the turkey. Now, once you put the turkey in the oven, you're going to set 2 timers. You're going to set 1 timer for the full amount that it has to cook, which is, for me, 2 hours and 51 minutes. The other timer will be set for 30 minutes. And when that 30-minute timer goes off, you change the temperature on the oven. Now, it's about ready to go in the oven. Leanne says to put a half a cup of water in the bottom of your roasting pan. I don't like to do a half a cup because my oven makes it just evaporates too much, and I don't want my drippings to get that brown. So I end up putting about a cup and a half of water in the bottom of the pan. But I don't do it until I actually put here's the directions for doing it. I don't do that until I put it in the oven itself, because you could slosh it out. So here we go. I'm going to pour the water in, and then I'm going to shut the door, set the timer for 30 minutes, and let it ride. There you go. Closing setting the timer. So 30 minutes at 500 degrees. I know that sounds high, but it isn't. And I'm going to do 2 hours and 51 minutes is the total time it cooks. And that's all you have to do. Now, I've got those giblets. I'm going to put them in a pan with some extra veggies, and I'm going to get those cooking because those are going to help make my gravy. I'm going to cook those on low. I'm going to bag up the trash, and I'm looking in the door at the turkey. But don't open the door. Whatever you do, do not open the door. And the timer goes off for the 30 minutes. I still got 2 hours and 21 minutes. And here is the bird. Look at this. It is so pretty. Now, I'm going to cut it all up, but that's going to be another video altogether. It's going to be a total another video. But here's my plastic one right beside it, my blow-up plastic one. They're not exactly alike, but my bird is prettier than the plastic one. Love you all. This is going to be a yummy Thanksgiving.